Welcome back to Classic Firearms. I'm Brandon, and today we're going to talk about a Radical Firearms 7.5 inch, get rid of the box, AR-15. Now, this is a fireball creator of an AR-15 that is a ton of fun to shoot. We have done some videos that have included these on the main channel, and we've taken these out to the range, and they are a lot of fun. Moving on. So this video is gonna break down in a couple of different ways. We're gonna go over tech specs, talk about exactly what you get out of the box. Then we're gonna dive into tip to butt, anything that was missed in those tech specs. Then we're gonna verify some of those tech specs with measurements we take here in the video room. And then after that, we'll wrap it up. So let's go ahead and start off with the tech specs. First things first, you do have an A2 birdcage on here that does have the solid bottom, the open top to help deflect that down. Some bird cages have them all the way around, just so you know there's a little difference there. Then you have a 7.5 inch barrel with an M-lock and Picatinny handguard. So you have aluminum M-lock on bottoms and sides, or bottom and sides, and then you have a full-length Picatinny rail up top. Now, beyond that, your twist weight is a 1 in 7, and your thread pitch for the flash hider is going to be 1/2 by 28. You do have, obviously, a pistol-length gas system that has a .750 low-profile gas block on it. Your upper receiver is made out of 7075 T6 aluminum. That is obviously anodized, if you know what you're looking at. Beyond that, you do obviously have a free-float handguard, which means that the barrel does kind of sit in here without touching anything. And then you also have a forward assist. Some say you don't need forward assist. Some say you do. I'm in the camp of why not have it, because malfunctions are malfunctions. That handguard is 7 inches long, and then that lower receiver is also that 7075 T6 aluminum. You do have a pistol tube on the back here with a pistol brace, and this does come with MFT furniture, so you get a little bit of an upgrade there. Now, let's go ahead and kind of cover any of those things that we may not have talked about. You do have a standard magazine, so that is going to be a metal mag that you do get, and it has a glossy finish to it. Nice and contrasting towards what you're actually gonna get. You do have your mil-spec charging handle, and then your left-hand side safety, that is a 90-degree safety, in case you're wondering. That bolt obviously does lock to the back, and then you do have your left-hand side bolt release as well. That works as advertised. What's great about this particular one is this one sits right around that $400 price point. This is a great budget pistol firearm. Radical Firearms has a reputation, a very good one, of being a reliable firearm while also retaining that budget form factor. This one gets you a couple of upgrades over your standard A2 stuff, or even some of the ones that don't come with any furniture and no brace on the back or anything, which is always nice. Now we'll move on to kind of that furniture. So the MFT grip that you're gonna get here does have a hole in the bottom, but is a moderately aggressive and nice contoured actual feeling on the grip itself. And then you also have, of course, that brace that does have QD sling points on the back. So you have one here, and then on the flip side, you also have one over here. You do have more traditional sling mount spots. If you want to actually kind of loop one through, you can absolutely do that, and you have 3 options to do so on the back. The adjustable portion of the brace is right here on the bottom. There's an Allen key that goes in there. You crank it, and then you can move it up or down, and then crank it back into place, hence the pistol tube. Now, let's move on to the verification of some of these tech specs. Now, we didn't really get a weight or a length measurement, so I'm gonna get you guys that. And then we're also gonna talk trigger pull, because it is a single stage trigger that's in here and does feel pretty nice. There is a little bit of pull, but it is nice and crispy. So with that being said, we're gonna start out with the weight. I'll go ahead and throw the scale up on the table, and we'll begin there. All right, scale's on the table. I'm back from the basement, and let's go ahead and see how much she weighs without the mag, of course. First up, you can see it before I can. 4.99 pounds, under 5 pounds. With the mag, of course, it's gonna be just a little above 5, so 5.5 pounds. With that particular metal mag, you can even lighten that up a little more if you grab maybe a P mag or something like that. So now let's go ahead and move on to the measuring portion. We'll see exactly how long it is and how tall it is. All right, I have the measuring tape here. Now also, I wanted to say something changed in this video, something that may be up front or behind me. Let me know what you think that is in the comments below. You get it right, I'll give you a thumbs up. Moving on, let's see exactly how long this is. I left the scale up here so it'll be a nice little holder. You guys are gonna see this before I do. Oh, so can't get it right on the edge there. You are looking at 24 or like 23.75 inches, but realistically right at that like 24 mark as far as your length goes. Then let's get this down to normal size and move on from there. We have, you can see it, I can't, right at that 7.5 inch tall mark. And then you'll add on a couple more with that mag, of course. So let's go ahead and get that final measurement so you know exactly what you're gonna need in your case or your safe at home. I think the width, if you want to carry it with a mag in it, is definitely useful. You can see it, I can't. That's gonna be right at that 8.5 inch mark. Right there is the kind of height of the overall rifle with the mag in it. So now, my favorite part, my favorite test, also the hardest one to replicate, is going to be the trigger pull gauge. So I'm gonna remove the scale from the table and then we'll begin with that. So I'll be right back. Just like that, scale is off the table. All right, so got the trigger pull gauge. We're gonna go ahead and brace it against myself, and then I'm going to push it down with my left hand, so that way I get a nice, hopefully steady pull. In 3, 2, 4.1 pounds. That's pretty solid right off the bat. We'll do it one more time to get a more consistent idea here. In 3, 2. 3.6 pounds. So you are realistically, does it actually feel like that? I'm just going ahead. It is a very nice and light trigger that does have a nice reset and a good pull. Here, listen. It does feel very nice overall. So, long story short, with that A2 flash hider that's gonna push that muzzle down, you're gonna be able to put a lot of rounds downrange quickly and accurately with this guy. So that's all I have for you guys today. If you have any experiences with a Radical firearm, AR-15 in general, please leave a review down below. We would love to see your comments. If you have anything especially about the pistol, please let us know. I, again, would love to see what you guys have to say about that. If there's anything I missed in the video, I will do my best to answer it down there as well. So with that being said, God bless, stay safe. It is time to end. Now, let's go shoot this thing.